Welcome back to the London Stadium, where West Ham have lost tonight to Dinamo Zagreb, but it wasn't all about the game. It was all about these young players who are making their European debut, most of them this evening. A really special release for their friends as well, and for these guys watching along who are both bursting with pride, because we've seen a lot for you guys to be really pleased about tonight. But should we get the goal out the way first? Let's see that one first then and get that one out the way, because Dinamo Zagreb scored early on. It was in the 3rd minute of the match. No real complaints from any of the young players with this one, though, Joe.
I mean, ᴅᴏᴛ's got to do better. He's got to get tight there. He's got to read the danger. But it's a wonder goal. It is a wonder goal. This is just where you're not switched on early on in the game, Jules.
Too much space to receive in the first half as well. Look, you start how you mean to go on, innit? And that was just there's no intensity there. And I think that was the story of going forward for us in the whole game. Was just not enough intensity as well. And I feel for the lads, the academy lads that had to come into that, and then that is really hard to come into and try and go on to win the game and try and get an equaliser, because it's their first rodeo.
Yeah, Dinamo Zagreb did have to get something out of this game. They knew that they needed at least a draw and preferably a win to guarantee themselves a place in the knockout stages. So we knew they would come at this team. David Moyes was able to pick quite a young team tonight and give a lot of these players their European debut. So overall, how do we think they got on, Joe?
I think they fantastically well, because a back four of young players on this big stage all together with no senior player to, like me and Carly were talking, no senior player to talk, but, be that calming influence. And to go 1-0 down after 3 minutes on that stage.
It could knock your confidence, John.
It can, so they showed great character. Fantastic. Yeah, I mean, look at this situation here. That's Perkins early on, putting a lovely ball in the box. Another player impressed me, Ashby here. Positive Coley, bang, in, out. And then he had a couple of lovely deliveries tonight.
Yeah, but look, I know Sonny, I don't know what's going on, but Sonny's had a couple of headers in the first team. He ain't got it on target yet. But hopefully the third time lucky, he'll get it, hopefully.
Lucky.
But yeah, Jömél Baptiste here, brilliant. Nice and confident. He can read the game. You can see that he can use both feet. And just there, you got Harrison obviously doing really his job. He's got skill and he's got a great delivery on him as well. So, look, he's got the future's bright for these boys. Yeah, and again, they're sitting top of Premier League 2, and you can see why straight away. I watched them for the first 45 minutes. You can see all good players. Any one of that back four and Sonny Perkins could come into the and the boys who could come into the team. Is that chance there, Joe? There's that chance. He neglected the toe, didn't he?
We told him 2 weeks ago, don't neglect the toe.
Don't neglect the toe. He just needed to hyperextend that toe, and he might have got onto the end of it.
It's a lovely image at the end there as well, with all the lads together, just taking a photograph, because it is a really special night. Shall we hear from one of them now?
Yeah.
ᴍᴏᴀ is chatting to Becky.
Well, actually, I'm sure it wasn't the results that you wanted, but firstly, just a massive congratulations on making your European debut for the first team. How do you feel right now? What does that moment mean to you?
It's a little bittersweet. Obviously, we would have preferred to get a result from the game, whether it be a draw or a win. But to play my first European game is obviously an amazing achievement, and to do it with so many other 23s players is great as well.
You even had a couple of moments there just at the end, right at the death. Yeah. Just didn't quite fall.
Yeah, I think if I was a shoe size bigger, maybe I would have got a goal, but yeah.
Look, when did you know that you were playing this game?
We found out Monday that we might be, but obviously things could change during the week, and then we found out yesterday definitely that we were starting. So just from then we had to prepare and get our minds ready for the game.
Well, when you sort of first maybe had an inkling on Monday, were you nervous? Was it excited?
A bit of both, yeah. I think nerves at first, but then when I thought about it and I was like, European debut, maybe 60,000 in the stadium, live on BT, I got very excited.
Talk to me about doing this with your friends as well. You just mentioned it there. You got to play with, started with 4 others and then 2 more came on at the end.
Yeah, we've been playing very well for the 23s this season and we're all good friends, so to do it with them is even better.
Giving an insight to what it's like to play at under 23 level and then play at this level tonight, what are the main differences?
I'd say the game's a lot quicker. Maybe if I make one mistake, it could end up in a goal, whereas 23s, maybe 2 or 3 mistakes end up in a goal. So just have to be that little bit sharper and a little bit switched on and just ready at all times.
And what's it like being an academy player, just waiting for your opportunity, hoping it's coming?
Sometimes it can be hard because you feel as though you're doing well, but you might not get a chance. But you just have to keep your head down and keep working hard and try and impress whenever you get a chance to. And yeah, that's all you can do.
And Mark Noble was captain tonight. How much did the more senior players, the more experienced players help you out there?
Yeah, they helped us through the game. Nove's obviously coming through. We all look up to him being an academy graduate. So, yeah, he helped.
You'll get used to this side as well. It's difficult when they're talking next to you, isn't it? You get
definitely
distracted. But actually, massive congratulations. Enjoy this moment tonight.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you can't keep the smile off his face, can you? It's so lovely to watch, so refreshing, isn't it, Carlton, to see a young player like that be interviewed after making his European debut. And he talks about the fact he only really found out yesterday that he was going to be starting. Is that quite difficult as players when you only find out the day before?
Do you know what? Yeah, some players are different. Some players need to know in advance. Some players just need to know like on the day. But
so they don't overthink it.
Yeah, so they're not overthinking. But I was one that probably I needed a little run up so I can prepare my mind. And but sometimes when it's like this, I think it was perfect for them just to go and express themselves. It was a free hit. And it was one of those ones where they could go and express themselves and not have all the burden on their shoulders that they have to go out and win the game, you know. So they done well. Everybody that was involved, I'm really proud of them. I think the whole academies are proud of them as well.
Do you remember, Joe, when you were doing maybe your first post-match interview in front of all the big cameras?
His first rodeo.
I remember there's some belters out there.
There is as well. When you used to have hair.
You've come a long way now, eh, Joe?
That's a low blow live on TV.
I can talk.
No, do you know what's interesting is when I made my debut at West Ham, I found out the day before I was actually cleaning the home dressing room, and Frank Lampard Senior come in and just asked me if I had a suit because I was in the squad for tomorrow. Wow! And it is like a out of body experience. Like, wow, it's going to happen, you know. Yeah. All these kids, all of their lives, they've been dreaming. You know, they maybe had posters on their wall of players. They'd gone to watch players, get things signed, have pictures. Then all of a sudden, you're stepping out with the big boys, and it's a really, really surreal experience. But yeah, so I was I had to finish off mopping the changing room, go home. I had to buy myself a suit because I didn't have a suit.
Oh, really? Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
Oxford Street.
Poundland.
The same shop as Carlton, clearly.
Poundland, didn't he?
Carlton, do you remember your first match?
I don't remember yesterday.
Come on.
No, of course. I remember coming on for ᴍᴏᴀᴜ, but the build-up towards it was I didn't really know I was going to be in the squad. But when you do get in the squad, you don't really think you're going to get on the pitch. So it was one of those ones I knew I was going to be on the bench at some stage, and that's when the nerves starts kicking in. But it was on the day, and then it was just all a blur. I just got on the pitch. I remember coming for ᴍᴏᴀᴜ, and he just said, just go out there and just try your best, and that's what I've done.
Amazing stuff. Well, we're going to be reflecting more on... Welcome back to the London Stadium. We are wrapping things up in West Ham's final group stage game of the Europa League, and we can see now confirmation of the teams who are making it right the way through to the round of 16. Those are the ones in the column on the left. That's where you want to be, and that's where West Ham are. That's because they won their group, they topped it, just the one defeat out of their 6 matches. And the teams on the right-hand side are the teams that will play each other in the knockout round. So you can see that some of the teams from the Champions League have dropped into that, including the likes of Barcelona, Dortmund, Atalanta and Sevilla, who are perennial winners of this competition. So there could be some big names awaiting the likes of West Ham in the next round. Right, as I said, we're at the London Stadium. Joe Cole and Carlton Cole are with me, and West Ham club captain Mark Noble joins us now. Mark, it wasn't the result you guys wanted tonight, but tell us, how special was it for these academy lads who, for some of them, made their debut this evening?
Incredibly proud of them. I've seen them grow up, from a lot of them since probably 11 years of age, and watched them progress all through the academy and get into the first team. I think Carlton works with them a lot in the academy, and it's a credit to the club for the players to get ourselves in this position where we top the group with a game spare. We've got a lot of big games coming up. We've actually picked up a lot of injuries in the last couple of weeks, so to get our academy boys, I think, including myself, which are a little bit older than the rest of them, after I think it was 7 players at the end, which is fantastic all round. And the coaches in the academy, all the way up, have done a fantastic job with these boys, and not just as players but as people as well. And they fully deserve credit for that.
Nobes, it's Joe. How are you, mate?
Good, thanks.
How was it? Because with the back four all being debutants, all being young lads, how were they talking to you in front of you? Because I thought they acquitted themselves well, especially after going a goal down. They showed great character.
Exactly that, Joe. I think after the wonder goal that they scored after 3 minutes was credit. It was a special goal, but I thought it was fantastic. They kept on talking. I think the two fullbacks attacked really well and got down the sides, and Jamal and Aji were fantastic in the middle of the box, because they're a good side, you know, Dinamo. They're not a walkover, and they come here and they play nice football. And but all in all, I think obviously not the result we wanted, but to get that many academy boys on the pitch at the same time was a credit to everyone.
Yes, Mark, mate. Why am I calling you Mark? No, so I just wanted to ask a quick question, right, about what was you saying to the lads? Obviously, we've just gone a goal down early, and you know, like in anybody's debut, it's hard work, innit, to try and claw yourself back in. What was you saying at half time to the lads to try and galvanise them to just say, listen, it's okay, let's go again in the second half?
In all honesty, I thought after the goal they really played well. I had no complaints over them. I thought Manny and Harrison was really good at getting crosses in and running with the ball and getting us in the final third. A couple of Jamal's passes into the midfield and into the strikers was really nice, and some of Aji's defending was great. And when a player hits one from 35 yards in with wobble and dip from that sort of angle, and it hits the post and goes in, there's not a lot they can do about it. So if you take that out of the game, there was not a lot in it, to be honest. We had a couple of chances, they had a couple, and probably wasn't the most exciting game to watch, if I'm honest. It didn't feel like it while I was out there, but just an incredible achievement for the players. Not because you make your debut in the Carabao Cup or in early stages of the FA Cup, but to make it in the UEFA Europa League is a massive credit to the football club.
Nobes, you laughed at me when I said Barcelona would be coming here 3 months ago. How do you fancy them in March? Would you fancy that one?
I was laughing at the clothes you had on, Joe, not what you said. Look, listen, what a draw that would be for everyone. But yeah, I think just because Barcelona dropped out of the Champions League, don't make them a bad side. They obviously got some fantastic young players and probably going for a little bit of a cycle at the minute, like a lot of clubs are, and going to producing young players. But yeah, looking at that board there was a lot of top teams, and exciting who we get in the group of last group of 16, because the boys will really be looking forward to it.
Yeah, Nobes, do you think, like, obviously you come to the academy a lot and you've watched, like, from the players from, like, obviously you got young Lenny, your boy that plays there. Do you think the club's in a good place academy-wise to keep on churning out the talent that it's already had? And obviously we saw it on display today, but what do you think? How do you think the future is for the academy?
Well, you got to remember, Coley, that we've got probably one of the best midfielders in the world right now in Declan Rice, who's come through. You've also got Ben Johnson, has been fantastic for us in the last couple of months. Obviously, myself is coming to the end, but then you go down and you look at the boys that we've had come through. Our 23s are top of the 23s league, which is fantastic. I've watched your 16s. I've watched the 18s a lot, and we've got some top players, and we need to keep producing them, because as you know, it's so important to keep homegrown players in and around the first team. And with me being here all my career, and then Deck taking over the armband when I'm not playing, and Jono playing week in, week out now, it's a massive credit to the staff in the academy for nurturing these players, and then the manager bringing them in.
Mark, the boys are being very polite at the moment. We've obviously all been praising the youngsters out on the pitch, but they were absolutely hammering you earlier, by the way.
Nah, you know that's not true. George is just trying to start something. It's not done. I'll never hammer you, Nobes. Come on.
Mark, overall, is the overall emotion tonight from you as a captain of this club pride?
Yeah, just purely pride of the academy, the players that have played. You could see they was really nervous before the game and in pre-match, but I thought they was great, and a credit to the manager that put them in and give them a chance, because, as I said, we've had a lot of injuries, and we've also got a lot of games coming up. So a real credit to the staff in the academy for nurturing these players, because in the future we are going to need a few of them, and hopefully that gives an incentive to the younger boys to really kick on and keep working hard and get a chance at this stadium in front of 50,000 people.
It certainly does. Mark, thanks so much for talking to us, and we cannot wait to see you guys in the round of 16. We'll catch up with you very soon.
Pleasure. See you later, boys. See ya.
And more for us to talk about as well, because I think one of those academy players who really stood out tonight was ᴅᴏ宜'ᴛ.
Yes. Yeah, he was excellent. He really impressed. They all impressed me, but he was so positive in his running. He had the second most amount of touches on the pitch. He took the ball in difficult positions. He defended well. He looked like a senior player. You know, here, look, he's not looking to release it too early. He's driving into space. He eventually picks a lovely ball inside to Pablo Fornals. And also the other side of the game, you know, look at this recovery run from him. We pick him up here, reads it, knows where the pass is going to go, aggressive, gets his foot in and starts again. And I thought, like I said, this sort of thing here, most young fullbacks might play it there to 광 and play and stay, but he's driving inside. It's really, really impressive, everything he did.
Look, you can do that as well, but he's had end product at the end of it as well. Yeah. And look, and then just look at the drive, look at the determination just to get on that and just keep the ball rolling. He's such a great talent. Look, he can even use his right foot as well. So it just shows you that he's got what it takes, and he's not shy of being, definitely he's not shy of being the person to be depended on. Also, look at that.
Look what it means to his family.
Do you know what I mean? That's what gets me, because that's what it's about. You're doing it for your family, and you're out there, and you know your family's watching. And look at the amount of touches, 87 touches in your first team debut. It's impressive.
Only Mark Noble touched the ball more in that match than ᴅᴏ宜'ᴛ on his European debut.
Yeah,
it's quite something.
He'll be delighted with his performance. He'll be delighted. He'll be on cloud nine. He won't sleep tonight, Jules. He'll be just, you know, like I said.
What was you doing after your
Let's not go into that, Colin.
When you made your debut, what was you doing?
You went back to mopping after. Oh, some of that was it.
I think I went to Works in Kingston. Yeah. I don't know if anyone remembers the Works in Kingston. It was a nightclub. With my debut, I went straight there.
Showing your age now. Look, there is lots more to look forward to on BT Sport. If you're a cricket fan, then you'll know it's not been the best start for England in the Ashes. Let's find out what's coming up on day 3 with Matt Smith. Thank you very much, Matt. Right. Quick last word from you boys. Group stages are done. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the knockouts. It'll be good fun, won't it?
It'll be amazing, Jules, especially somewhere nice and hot.
I knew he was going to say that.
You boys just want a holiday, don't you?
I'm trying to plug it into the producer. He needs to know. He needs to know we need to go somewhere nice and hot. So hopefully we do draw a good team.
We've got to bring the show on the road.
Oh, we've got to bring the show. We're on tour. We need to go on tour.
It has been an amazing ride, and we're going to be joining you in the knockout stages for more from West Ham in Europe. Thank you so much for your company. Don't forget, highlights coming up after us here on BT Sport 2. And of course, you can also...